What's going on, everyone? It's the 2A Enthusiast channel. I'm Carter, and today I want to go over just kind of like my favorite um, budget-friendly hunting rifle, I guess, or bolt-action rifle if you don't really hunt, but you want to get something that's nice that you can go out and you can target shoot with a little bit and have some fun with. So what I got here is the Bergara Stoke in 6.5 PRC. I'm not really reviewing like caliber per se, but the rifle itself, the Bergara Stoke. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Let's do some shooting. So I've got a target out. It's about 100-ish yards, probably closer to 105 yards actually. And we're just gonna shoot a little bit of ammo. I don't have a lot actually. I don't shoot this gun very often. I got it last summer, and generally when I'd go out and shoot, I'd just pick up a box when I'd go, and I'd basically shoot the whole box. So I don't have a lot of ammo for this. I've got some Hornady Precision Hunters. That's their 143 grain ELDX. And then I've got a little bit of the Norma Whitetail. This stuff is 140 grain. I do have this sighted in for the 143 grain ELDX from Hornady, and it seems to shoot pretty well. It seems to like it. I shot a little bit of the match out of it, and it shot just about as well as it did with the Precision Hunter. And then same with this normal whitetail, it shot pretty good too. So we put some shots downrange at this target, and kind of just see what we do for it. All right, that was 4 rounds of the Norma whitetail. Now we're gonna run some of the ELDX from Hornady and see what it does. A little bit of a hole right here. All right, that was 4 rounds of the uh, Precision Hunter. Honestly, the Precision Hunter, I can already tell you, didn't group as well as the Whitetail, and part of that was me. I haven't been shooting out much on bolt action rifles. I've mostly just been working on some AR builds, shooting those, doing a little bit of handgun stuff and some suppressors. So bolt action wise, not very good, but All right, everyone. So what I mentioned, what we're shooting is the Hornady Precision Hunters, the 143 grains, and the Norma Whitetail 140 grain. And actually, from back there, it looked like the Whitetail did better. I like I mentioned, I haven't been shooting bolt action rifles for a long time. Last time I really went out and shot even this gun was probably almost a year ago, maybe over a year ago actually. So the groups don't look great, but overall group size doesn't look bad. All right, so here we go. We're at the target, 100 yards. Like I said, I think it's actually 105. So the second group, so off camera, I actually shot the 143 grain. One more time, I shot one more group of that before I walked up to the target. And as you can see, it actually did really well. So that's 3 rounds right there, and then I pulled one. So 4 rounds. I probably should have just shot one more just to make sure that that one over on the right was me and not the gun. I will say on this one, the barrel and the suppressor were starting to warm up after shooting these rounds through it. So it could also have been that after heating up it through it. But yeah, that was the second set of ELDX. The first set that I did shoot out of the gun was this one right here. This is the 140 grain from Norma, and so overall pretty good. Um, Again, top one was probably a flyer, probably me. That was actually my very first shot out of the gun today. Cold start, nothing crazy, no practicing or anything like that. And then the 3 round group, and then here was that first set of the ELDX. Still not bad. I mean, if you were to take out this guy right here, those 3 rounds, that's a pretty decent group for the type of rifle that it is. It's not anything, precision. But I mean, that one I'm really pleased with. I think I'm gonna go shoot one more group, and we're gonna see what we can get out of it. I think honestly, one more group out of this gun, I think we can do something better than what that was right there. So let's go shoot, see what happens. All right, guys. So I went back, shot another one just to see if I could get it to group a little bit better. And honestly, I'm kind of disappointed in myself. I did pretty darn close. So 100 yards, I had 2 stacked on top of each other, and then I literally threw the last one. I saw these 2, and I was like so happy to see that come out, and I threw that one. So honestly, I would say this gun is capable. This gun, I could have stacked another one on there, but man, I'm just not that good of a shooter. I really am not. I don't pretend to be a good shooter. I like to go out and shoot long range and precision, but man, that stinks. All right, everyone. So that's the Bergara Stoke. This one I have chambered in 6.5 PRC, but I do believe they make it in a whole bunch of different calibers, different options for you to pick from. So we'll just run real quick through how I have it set up. Super basic, it's a bolt action. So rifle itself, it comes with the stock. I really like this stock. It's kind of a rubbery kind of an overmold, but not so like squishy, I guess. Has some nice grip panels on it. Not super grippy, but just enough for you to like grab it. And then going down, I do have this like ammo sleeve. I honestly couldn't tell you what the brand is. I just got it from one of the local sporting goods stores near me. And then bipod, currently I just have a Magpul, just a basic Picatinny bipod on there. It is sitting on like a Picatinny mount from one of the scope ring companies. If I remember, I'll just paste it here, because honestly I cannot remember what the company is off the top of my head for some reason. And then generally, so whenever I'm out shooting, if I can shoot suppress, generally that's how I'm going to do it. And so on this gun currently right now is the Otter Creek Labs Polonium 30. I kind of switch on and off, especially with bolt guns. I switch on and off with suppressors. Kind of just depends on the day, depends on what suppressor I grab. But anyways, we are running the Polonium 30. The thing I like about the Polonium 30 over like the Yankee Hill resonator, which is generally what I use a lot on bolt guns, just because it's long, it sounds really good, it's got a lot of baffles in it. But the reason I went with this one is because it is a little shorter, and so if I'm going to be out hunting and packing the gun around, I'm probably going to want to use something that's not super long. I don't want something super long and heavy on the end. And so putting on the Polonium 30, the Polonium 30 I think is about an inch shorter than the Yankee Hill. Quiet, sounds really good. And then other than that, like, there's really not much else to it. The only thing I don't have on here currently is a sling. I did get these like QD sling swivels because the stock itself is a very basic stock. There's nothing fancy to it. So I did get QD sling swivel so I can have the option to run like a QD style sling if I wanted to. And then the rifle itself, it's not ran off of a magazine, or it's not fed off of a magazine, which is kind of a downside in some ways, I would say. I mean, I personally, I don't have to have a magazine. I know some guys like to have magazines, especially if you're a reloader. Generally, if you have a magazine, you can reload it out a little bit further, do longer bullets, that sort of stuff. And so this does not come with a magazine, so if you're a reloader, just keep that in mind that it doesn't have one, but I'm guessing with it being a Remington 700, you could probably swap it to a magazine-fed rifle. Like aftermarket parts, I bet that there's something out there that you can swap it to. And then up top, I've got a Leupold Mark V. This is the, what is this? This is the 3.6 to 18. First focal plane, this is the PR1 model, and then just sits on, I believe these are, Leupold mount and some worn scope rings. Oh, that's what that is. So the Picatinny rail that the bipod is sitting on is a worn sling swivel bipod, or sling swivel Picatinny mount. Super simple, but nice design. So if you do want to run, Picatinny products on the end, you can. I would say the only downside of this is a lot of people are going to like ARCA stuff on their rifles, bolt actions. Even if it's hunting, they're still putting some type of ARCA on their rifle. This would be not as easy to put an ARCA plate on because there's not two sling swivel holes on here, whereas like a lot of your newer, like nicer, higher end bolt action guns have two sling swivels at the top. So it'd be really easy to put an ARCA rail on the end, but it does not. So overall, the gun is pretty light. Honestly, with the suppressor, it feels a lot heavier, even though really that suppressor is not that heavy. What is this rifle made for? So I'm not the biggest guy. I'm pretty short. I'm 5'4", 130 pounds, so not a big guy. I don't like heavy rifles. I know some people love heavy rifles, because they feel like it, they shoot it better, which I can totally get that. I can understand that. A heavier rifle, you're not going to sway as much, and then generally you're going to have a thicker barrel too, which means your barrel's not going to whip as much the hotter it gets. But overall, like, this rifle is a lightweight, compact rifle. they boast it as like the how do they put it? They say something like it's the most compact rifle um, in its category or something like that, which I would agree. Like, it's really not that much shorter. I have a buddy that was asking me about this rifle because he wants just a basic bolt action 308 just to have. 308 is abundant, and he wants something that he, if he is in any store he can find 308, and he wants in a bolt action, and he likes Bergara as well. So he was asking me about this rifle, and he's like, well, it's a short rifle, isn't it? I'm like, well, really, it's not that much shorter. I think on their website, comparing this to like a regular Bergara, um, honestly, I think the difference was like a half an inch in length of pole. That's your only difference. Barrel length, um, Bergara makes other models that have longer stock, not longer length of pole, but the barrel is like an inch or two longer. So overall, like length of pole, you're like maybe a half an inch. But when you buy the rifle, it actually comes with little stock spacers, so you can take off the butt pad, put the spacers on there, and lengthen it out to the point that they come with enough of them. You could actually lengthen this out to um, the length of a standard um, Bergara length. So that really, if that's what you're worried about is length, I wouldn't even worry about it. And honestly, like, I mean, my buddy shot this and he didn't mind the length. Comparing it to like his full size bolt actions, like the length was not a problem. To wrap it up, honestly, this rifle I would say is one of the better like um, budget friendly like bolt action rifles for those who want to get into hunting or just target shooting. You're looking for something to pick up your kid for Christmas, their birthday, just get them started. I think this is a great buy because it's number one, it's a Remington 700 action, so there's lots of compatibility if you do happen to want to switch out the stock, the trigger, whatever it may be. The mounts are going to be super easy to find because they're a Remington 700 short action or long action, I guess, depending on the caliber that you go with. The barrels are super great, as you saw in the video. A lot of it was me, honestly. I pulled a lot of those shots, but it is super capable at really, really tightening up a good group. The thickness of the barrel, I would say, to describe it, would be like in between like a sporter and like a what do they call it, like a Sendero barrel. So it's not super thick, it's not super thin, so it does heat up. I would say like suppressor and barrel running 6.5 PRC after about 5 to 6 rounds, it's actually pretty warm. I don't know that you'd really want to grab it by the barrel much after 5 or 6 rounds. So that is, I guess, kind of the downside, is it is a little bit warmer, but this honestly is not meant to go out and put off 50 rounds in one go. Yeah, that's the Bergara Stoke. This one's in 6.5 PRC. They do offer it in a wide range of calibers, 308, 6.5 Creedmoor. I think they do 270 in this one as well. They do this in a ton of different calibers. That is the Bergara Stoke. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your go-to like budget rifle is. What did you start out on as a kid? Was it like a Ruger? Was it a Howa? Tika? What budget rifle do you kind of take to the range with you? So let me know down in the comments what you think. Thanks.